Welcome back to Debrief, Siege fans. I'm Jacki Jing, and we are back with even more mayhem from Mexico City. Let's get started with some unbelievable matches that came out of Group A. BDS and CAG kicked things off in a bloodbath of a match. Cyclops would hit match point first, but despite fantastic plays from Black Ray throughout, the Japanese squad couldn't close it out in regular time. EU's top squad, led by a stunning performance by Renshiro and Shaiko, would take the win and crown themselves first in Group A. BDS moved on to the Sonics, downing them in a 7-3 scrap fest, with Renshiro once again coming up big. Team 1 would also take a much-needed win off the Sonics to make the playoff race interesting. With Team 1's complete reversal in the standings, it all came down to a head-to-head between them and Cyclops. All CAG needed was 3 rounds to secure the major spot. Anything less and either Team 1 would move on, or a tiebreaker match would be played. Team 1 did the impossible. They hit a 7-2 scoreline on Consulate to force the first lane tiebreaker match in Siege's history. In the rematch, the Brazilians were in the driver's seat the whole time. They took Chalet, CAG's best map, 7-4 to make a miracle comeback run to second place. With Group B already locked in on day 2, SSG and Furia squared off to lock in the first overall spot. Space Station flew straight out the gate on defense, pulling off a dominant 5-1 first half. Furia ran it back in the second half and were 1 point away from overtime, but couldn't stop SSG from claiming first in Group B. With second secured, Furia faced off against Na'Vi to close out their group stage. Despite the low stakes, this one went the distance as Na'Vi tried to walk away with 1 win in Mexico. A solid performance from Fantasy would deny those dreams as Furia takes it 8-7. Well, after an insane ending to day 2, Group C didn't slow down for a second. After 2 stunning upsets over NiP last night, DWG set their sights on G2 Esports. The Koreans made short work of EU's darling, thrashing them 7-2 in a dark horse run to the next round. With the loss, G2 was out of contention, but could still play the spoiler to NiP's playoff plans. The world champs weren't leaving without a fight, but they couldn't shake the Samurai as this one headed to OT. In the end, G2 dragged the Ninjas back to the airport and ended the Brazilians' hopes of a new dynasty. NiP's loss was Dark Zero's gain as they were guaranteed a spot in the playoffs. With the standings set, DZ and Damwon were set to brawl for bragging rights as the very last match of the day. Unfortunately, due to a structural failure at the venue, that would have to be postponed for now. Thankfully, everyone got out safe and sound though. While TSM was denied a top 2 finish, they still made things interesting on day 3 of groups. Up against Liquid, Bolo and the boys handed the Brazilians their only loss so far. Big performances from Chala and Gio gave TSM their first win of the tournament as well. The good times didn't last long for TSM when Empire edged them out 7-4 on Consulate. Chala didn't go down without a fight though. Be sure to check out today's top plays video to catch the amazing 1v5 attempt. The Russian machine was really rolling after that. They crushed IG's hopes of getting out of groups in a 7-1 smackdown. Liquid jumped in with a 7-1 win of their own against Invictus to close out Group D. Well, folks, this has been a major for the ages, and we haven't even hit the playoffs yet. Now that the teams have been decided, who do you think will make a run for the Mexico Major title? Let us know in the comments below. And hey, don't forget to subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Twitter. Follow me too at Jacki Jing, and we'll have plenty more videos, interviews, and more heading into the next stage. If you want to see who's really been making waves on the stat sheets, head on over to the Siege GG competitions page. That's all for groups at the Mexico Major. We'll see you again on Friday when playoffs kick off in Mexico City. Until next time, Siege fans!